How do you get to enjoy your first trip to Italy? From visiting the ancient St. Mark's Basilica in Venice to seeing the much-talked-about Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore, there are many different activities and places that one can visit, and it could be hard to tell where to start. But don't worry, we've got all the itinerary tips to make your first 7 days in Italy the best time of your life. You must start your trip to Italy with a visit to the country's eternal city, Rome. Why? Because that's the very heart of the country. And when people think of Italy, the first place that comes to mind is Rome. The amount of history one can find in that one city is so much, with it being the host for some of the biggest events in world history. You may have read about or seen some of these events in fictional adaptations. But we are not here to talk about movies, right? We want to give you the real deal. Once you get to the Fiumicino airport, order a ride or take a taxi to get to the heart of the city. Rome is big and full of amazing places, so it's almost impossible to see everything in one day. But if you're ready to walk about 30,000 steps a day, you'll see many famous sights. Your first stop has to be a walk to the Spanish Steps. This spot is as full of life and fun as it is famous. It's one great place to take in the view and feel the city's buzz. Next up, walk a little further, and you'd get to the Trevi Fountain. This fountain is mythical in some sense, as many people believe tossing a coin in the fountain brings good luck. Well, even if you don't believe it, don't forget to toss a coin into the water because it means you'll return to Rome someday. The next stop is breathtaking. You must have even seen it in movies or heard of it in folklore. It's the amazing building called the Pantheon. This is one of the oldest and best-kept monuments from ancient Rome, built in 25 BC. It was made as a temple for the Roman gods. The Pantheon has many cool facts that are going to blow your mind. One is that the famous artist Michelangelo once said the design was perfect. It must have come from angels, not humans. The Pantheon is a top tourist attraction in Rome, so you'll need to pay about €5 to get in, especially if you're just visiting Italy temporarily or come when it's not the first Sunday of the month. People waiting to enter are usually many, so it would be wise to get a skip-the-line ticket ahead of time. But if you can't, getting a book you can read while waiting, especially one about the Pantheon itself, would be a way to make movement easy when you finally get inside. If you want to learn more about the Pantheon, you can grab a ticket that comes with an audio guide that will tell you all you need to know about the place. The best place to spend your first evening would be Trastevere, one of Rome's most fun and charming neighborhoods. You'll first have to cross the Tiber River and find yourself in a place full of life, music, and good food. This is the best time to enjoy a real Roman dinner. Try a pasta dish called cacio e pepe. It's simple, made with just pecorino cheese and black pepper, but the taste is amazing. You can also get a cool glass of Italian wine to make your tummy rejoice. With all these done, you should head over to the lodge where you'll be staying and try to get enough rest, because if the first day is this good, the second will be even better. Start your second day in Italy by visiting one of the most famous places in the world. Where could this place be? It's the Roman Colosseum. Many years back, this huge stadium was more of an amphitheater that was often filled with crowds cheering gladiators during gladiator battles, among many other things. It's almost 2,000 years old and still standing strong. You'll need a guided tour to learn about this amazing place. Your tour guide will most likely take you to see the secret underground tunnels where gladiators waited before fighting, and the special seats where the emperor would sit and watch the action. The beautiful thing about going to the Colosseum is that the Roman Forum is just next to it. The center of ancient Rome is filled with busy streets, meeting spots, and government buildings. Walk through the ruins and climb up Palatine Hill, and then you will see a beautiful view of the Forum and the entire city from the top of the hill. You don't have to buy multiple tickets to access this place. Every ticket you get to see the Colosseum also gives you access to the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill, so make sure to visit all three places. When you finish checking out these places, just take a short walk to Via dei Fori Imperiali. This wide street is lined with old ruins, and you'd also experience more historic locations. At the end of Via dei Fori Imperiali, you will see a huge white building called the Altar of the Fatherland. Many people think it's beautiful, while others don't quite like it. But the most interesting thing about this building is its nickname. It is called the Wedding Cake, or the Typewriter, because it looks bright and new next to the older buildings. Very close to this place is where many Catholics know as Santa Maria in Aracoeli. This peaceful church has been around since the 6th century and sits at the top of a long staircase called the Scalinata dell'Ara Coeli. Centuries ago, people believed that climbing these steps on their knees would bring them blessings. You don't have to be religious to go here. The church is just one amazing place to visit. Its interior is beautiful, preaching history that you'd only see on the pages of old books. You don't have to dress in any particular fashion, and it's free to enter. After this, find a seat, enjoy a classic Italian espresso, and take in the lively feel of the city all around you. Day 3 will be even better. You won't forget it quickly. Today, you'll visit Vatican City, the smallest country in the world. But we are talking about it here because it's almost somehow still part of Italian culture. Although it's a very small place, it's still a very important location because it's the home of the Pope and the main center for the Roman Catholic Church. So you'd start your day with a visit to the Vatican museums and the Sistine Chapel. The name might make you think these museums are just about Vatican history, but there's more to it. These museums are full of amazing art and treasures gathered over centuries. Some of these treasures are almost as old as the papacy itself. From ancient statues to famous paintings, there's just something incredible in every room. Book your ticket online before going because the waiting list can be very long. We bet you wouldn't want to waste time waiting around. You should spend roughly 3 hours there so you can enjoy the whole sightseeing before you leave for the next stop. Once you leave the museum, you should try to get lunch first before heading to St. Peter's Basilica in the afternoon. Just like Santa Maria, this church is one of the most beautiful buildings in the world. Climb to the top of the building and you'll get one of the best views of Rome. Hold a camera with you because you'd need it as a keepsake for life. Once you've seen the Vatican, take a 20-minute walk to Castel Sant'Angelo. This round fortress was first built as a tomb for one of Italy's great emperors, but later became a castle. This will be just the perfect way to end your time in this magical part of the city. After such an adventurous day, you'll be hungry and ready for a big, tasty Italian dinner. Go to the L'Arcangelo in the Prati neighborhood, just outside Vatican City. It's a warm and cozy place to try classic Roman dishes. Just a short walk brings you to more delicious food and a relaxing way to wrap up your 3 amazing days in Rome. The 4th day has to be even better. For the 4th day, you'll leave Rome and take the high-speed train to Florence. The ride is about 1.5 hours. Once you arrive, you'll be on a new kind of adventure. Florence is a city with which everyone will fall in love. The city is full of art, history, and energy. It's smaller than Rome, but just as busy, especially during summer. Just plan your time well so you can get the best out of here. Start the day by going to the Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore, which everyone calls the Duomo. One easy way to know it's the Duomo is the colorful marble designs you'll see as soon as you lay eyes on it. If you have the courage, try climbing to the top of Brunelleschi's dome. It's a bit of a workout, but the view from the top is worth every step. You'll see Florence's red rooftops all around you. Once you get down from the Duomo, walk to Piazza della Signoria. This is like the main square in Florence, and it's packed with history. You'll see statues and old buildings like the Palazzo Vecchio, the city's old town hall that looks like a castle. Spend the afternoon checking out some of the best art in the world. Although there are many places with great art in Florence, the Uffizi Gallery is one not to be missed. It's full of priceless art from famous artists like Botticelli, Leonardo da Vinci, and Michelangelo. After all that art, you'll probably be ready for lunch. Go to All'Antico Venaio, a sandwich shop that's famous worldwide. They have huge sandwiches with meats, cheeses, and spreads on freshly baked bread. The lines might look long because many people are there to buy, but it moves quickly since several shops are on the same street. Once you've satisfied your sandwich cravings, run to get some gelato. Gelateria del Nero is the place for a creamy, cold scoop. It's the perfect way to end your afternoon in Florence. In the evening, go over to the Piazzale Michelangelo for the best view in all of Florence. This is the perfect spot to watch the sunset. As the sun goes down, the golden light spreads across the city, which makes the rooftops and old buildings glow. After enjoying the view, head back into the city for a taste of authentic Tuscan cuisine. That bistecca alla Fiorentina, a huge grilled T-bone steak, is a must-try if you haven't had it before. The flavors are just as rich as the experience. For something a little cozier, Papa al Pomodoro is a thick tomato and bread soup that feels like a warm hug in a bowl. Pair it with a glass of Chianti, the local red wine that pairs perfectly with Tuscan food. You should try to visit the Boboli Gardens for a late-night walk before bed on day 4. Those beautiful gardens have inspired many other gardens across Europe. You can stroll through fountains, admire the sculptures, and enjoy the quiet paths. That's a great way to unwind and take in the beauty of Florence before you end your 4th day there. When you wake up the next day, Florence is the perfect base to explore the surrounding region. You can join a guided tour with transportation or rent a car and set your own pace. Either way, you have plenty of options for where to go next. One place to go is San Gimignano. This tiny town sits atop a hill and feels like a step back in time. It has tall stone towers, medieval charm, and stunning countryside views. San Gimignano is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so it's protected for its cultural and historical importance. You can go there on your own, but going with a guide makes everything easier, especially if all you want to do is just relax. A visit to the countryside will let you walk the cobblestone streets, taste local food and wine, and enjoy the peace of the Tuscan countryside. Next, go to Siena. It's one of our favorites and easy to get to. Buses and trains leave from Florence every hour, so it's perfect for a day trip. Siena is full of history with its famous fan-shaped main square, Piazza del Campo, and its beautiful cathedral. Walking through its narrow streets feels like stepping into a storybook. To end your day in the countryside, think about joining a wine tour of Tuscany. It's a great way to see the rolling hills, visit charming vineyards, and taste some of the region's best wines. You'll learn how the wine is made and relax in the afternoon, surrounded by beautiful scenery. There are so many great day trips you can take from Florence, and no matter which one you choose, you're sure to discover something special in Tuscany. For the last 2 days of your Italy trip, it's time to head to Venice. Wake up early and take the high-speed train from Florence to Venice. The ride is smooth, takes about 2 hours, and drops you off in one of the world's most unique and magical cities. Start your day in Venice with a traditional Italian breakfast. Grab a coffee and a few pastries at Rosa Salva, a local bakery that's been serving tourists since 1879. It's a classic spot where locals stop in for a quick bite. The service is fast if you order at the counter and eat standing up like the Italians. After breakfast, take a peaceful walk through Venice's narrow streets and quiet canals. The city is calm and still in the morning, so you can take in the beauty before the crowds arrive. Then head to St. Mark's Square, the heart of Venice. This big and famous square is where you'll find most of the city's top sights, and it's a great place to start your day in Venice. St. Mark's Basilica is one of the most beautiful sights in Venice. It's got golden mosaics, beautiful domes, and over 1,000 years of history. This church was originally a private chapel for the Doge, the ruler of Venice, and was only opened to the public in 1807. Now it's one of the most impressive churches in all of Europe. Inside, you'll see gold artwork covering the walls and ceilings. If you're feeling adventurous, climb to the top. From there, you'll get a great view of St. Mark's Square below, perfect for photos and taking in the beauty of Venice from above. After the Basilica, it's time for one of the most iconic things to do in Venice, a gondola ride. Sit back and relax as you float through quiet canals, past old stone buildings and little bridges. Some gondoliers sing traditional Italian songs as they row you through the water. It's a peaceful, dreamy way to feel the real Venice. In the evening, head to the Rialto Bridge to watch the sunset. The golden light shines across the Grand Canal as the sun goes down, and the water glows. It's a great spot to take photos and just enjoy the view. You'll see locals and tourists walking by, and it's a good place to relax and soak up the city. For dinner, skip the tourist restaurants and try something more local. Find a Baccaro, a small Venetian wine bar. Here you can have cicchetti, tiny plates of tasty snacks, like Spanish tapas. Try a few with a glass of local wine. It's a fun and delicious way to eat like a true Venetian and end your day in Venice. On your last day in Italy, consider visiting the Venetian islands of Murano and Burano. These small islands are easy to get to by public water bus, the Vaporetto. Murano is the closest, just about a 20-minute ride from Venice. It's famous all over the world for its glassmaking. You can visit a glass factory, watch skilled artisans shape molten glass into beautiful pieces, and maybe even pick up a souvenir or two. Burano is a bit farther, about a 45-minute boat ride, but it's worth it. The island is known for its brightly colored houses that line the canals. Every corner looks like a page from a storybook, and it's a favorite spot for photographers and artists. The peaceful atmosphere and cheerful colors make it feel like you've stepped into a painting. If you only have time for one island, go to Burano. It's the one and only and the perfect way to end your Italian adventure. When you get back to the center of Venice, enjoy one last quiet evening and get a good night's sleep before your flight home. You'll be flying out of Venice's Marco Polo Airport, so it's all easy and smooth. Starting in Rome and ending in Venice is the way to do it. You can see Italy from top to bottom without backtracking. And that's your 7 days in Italy, perfect for first-timers. This trip has everything from the ancient ruins and history of Rome to the art of Florence and the dreamy canals of Venice. Hope this helps you feel ready to book your Italian adventure. If you have any questions or want to add your own tips and experiences, leave them in the comments below.